What happens when you mix a little color with a lot of creativity? Tinting magic! And today we are going to look at tinting with colored pencils. And if you're new here, I'm Lisa Marie. Welcome to my art studio. I've been a professional artist for over a decade, have a master's in art history I earned studying the Renaissance Masters in Florence, Italy, and like many artists, I am socially awkward but love sharing art techniques and reviewing art supplies. Color tinting in art refers to the process of adding a slight hue or color overlay to an image, artwork, or surface to alter its appearance or mood. It's often used to do things like create atmosphere or emotion. So, warm tints like reds or oranges can evoke feelings of warmth, nostalgia, or passion. And cool tints like blues and greens can suggest calmness, melancholy, or mystery. Tinting can also unify a composition. A subtle tint can harmonize different elements in a piece, making it feel more cohesive. Tinting can also suggest time or place, like sepia tints often imply antiquity or vintage, whereas blue tints might suggest nighttime or cold environments. Tinting can also be used to stylize or create more of an abstract reality. Artists may use tinting to move away from realism and towards a more stylized or symbolic representation. Some techniques often used for tinting include glazing, which is when you apply a thin, transparent layer of paint over another to create a tinted effect. Or there's digital tinting. In digital art or photography, this is done using software to add things like filters, overlays, or color adjustments. And there's watercolor washes, which is light washes of color that can tint paper or underlying layers. But today I am going to show you how to do it with colored pencils. And one way to describe this technique is as a sandwich. The color you are going to tint the art with is like two pieces of bread that will go under and over the rest of the colors in the image. And I will list all the colors I'm using today in the video description for you. So, you start with a layer of color that you want to use as your primary tint color. In this instance, I am using a light yellow. Gently apply the yellow on the paper in small circles. Do not press down hard. You don't want to fill in the tooth or texture of the paper. It's okay if this layer of color looks a bit rough. Just make sure you don't press down hard on the paper with the pencil. Next, add your other colors to the image. As you apply the other hues, they will naturally blend with the first layer of color that you placed on the paper. This will start to give them the tinted color effect. And the color pencils I'm using today are Prismacolor pencils. They are a high quality pencil, have vibrant colors, and blend together very well. The paper I'm using is a Hoo mixed media paper, so it has enough texture to hold all these layers of color. If you want to add these art supplies to your art studio, I'll put their link in the video description. I chose a yellow tint which can convey some fun themes or emotions like happiness and optimism. Yellow is bright and cheerful, often associated with sunshine and joy. Also, energy and vitality. Yellow can add a sense of liveliness or movement to a piece. And also warmth. A yellow tint can make an artwork feel very warm and inviting. Along with the way a color tint can affect mood, you should also consider how other colors will look when they blend with this base color. You may want to blend them together on a scrap piece of paper first to make sure it has the desired look. Some colors can look a bit muddy when blended together. Other colors may not have a very dramatic look when blended with a certain base color. Just like with the first color, don't press down too hard with the pencil on the paper and apply the color in small circles for smooth blending and color transition. If you press down too hard, then the paper's tooth will be full of pigment and not able to hold that final color tint on top. Which leads us to the final step. Add the top layer of color. It's the same color you started with in the beginning, only now you are gently blending it over all the colors. Just like pieces of bread in a sandwich. That primary color tint was the bottom and is now the top layer of color. The concept of color tinting is fairly straightforward. The difficult part is the application. Actually putting all the colors together and making sure they blend well and don't smudge, that's the part that can take some practice. That's why trying it on scrap paper first is so important. And that's it for today. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video. And as always, stay creative.